Hari Om. My name is Mahesh, and I will be your guide for the experience of yoga as sound. In classical, traditional yoga, sound is used quite extensively. But in the West, this is not known that much because of the excessive emphasis on the physical aspect and the exercise aspect of yoga. And while the main focus of our seminar is to experience the power of sound personally, it is also my aim to do a little bit to change this reality and to raise the awareness of this very important aspect of yoga. As you may know from the study of cymatics, and if you don't know about cymatics, then do look it up. It's very interesting. There is a very direct relationship between sound and form. And in fact, in Naada yoga, the yoga of sound, sound is considered to be the source of all that exists, of all the forms. And all the sounds, in turn, are considered to be evolutes or products of the original primal sound, that is the mantra Om. But we will not focus too much on the philosophy of sound. We'll give a little bit of background at most. What we are interested in is the practical application that use of sound has for our own personality, for our own evolution, and to help us manage our own minds and emotions in a way that is enjoyable and powerful and effective. The effects of sound in general, but particularly sound practiced as yoga with a focused mind and with a meditative awareness, can be understood from 6 different perspectives or more, but these are the 6 that I will talk about. First is the physical aspect that is to do with the way we use breath when we practice chanting, mantra, and conscious singing in general. This is because when we inhale, every cell of the body gets excited a little bit. And every time we exhale, there is relaxation. And normally, the ratio of inhalation and exhalation is about the same. But when we sing mantras, we inhale for a very short time and then exhale for a very, very long time. So the ratio gets changed in such a way that the excitement gets completely overpowered by the relaxation. Along with the effects on the breath, there is also the very important effect that the vibration has on the whole body and the hormonal system, because when we vibrate the whole body with sound, this produces endorphins, the so-called happy hormones, which are natural pain relievers, stress relievers, and generally they elevate the mood. They also promote relaxation and reduce stress by calming down the nervous system. When, for example, we sing the sound ah, as well as the associated consonants, which are all formed at the base of the throat, such as ka, ka, ga, and ga. These have not only the vibration that is felt in the lower parts of the body and the abdomen, but also mentally, this will give us grounding and stability. Then on the other side of the spectrum, we have sounds produced by the lips, such as pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. These vibrate predominantly in the head. And in between these 2 extremes, we have all the different sounds that also can be felt in different parts of the body and produce different effects on the mind also. There is also the effect on the brain waves. This has been studied quite a lot in relation to the mantra Om. It has been found, for example, that when we sing the mantra Om with a long O and a short the alpha waves are produced. And these alpha waves are associated with a relaxed, meditative state of mind. They also help improve focus and concentration. When, on the other hand, we sing Om, where the sound is dominant, then theta waves are produced. And theta waves are known to induce deep relaxation. They're associated with increased creativity and their effects on the subconscious layers of the mind. Along with these physical aspects, there is also an effect that chanting has on self-expression. In the past, not so long ago, relatively, when there was no recorded music, people used to sing and dance much more than they do today. And because this has been receding, and in many people this has been completely forgotten, this has a very negative effect on our self-esteem, on our ability to express ourselves and to be assertive also. And through chanting, through this vocal expression, we can gradually come back to this more natural, spontaneous way to express ourselves and to find ways to overcome our inhibitions, become more confident in general. Now, the fifth level, along with all these psychophysiological aspects, mantras repeated in a certain way with an emphasis on pronunciation and intonation, they create certain rhythm, a hidden kind of rhythm that has an effect on the deeper layers of the mind. These are not easy to talk about, but they are easy to experience when you just focus on the practice of the mantra. These different rhythms and different sounds, they have a very important effect on the deeper layers of our personality and help us to transform that stuff that we're made of without us having to think much about it. So we can work with the mind by bypassing the mind using the sound. It is a much more enjoyable way to work with our various mental issues rather than trying to think ourselves out of them, which often leads to nothing more than brooding and other rather unhelpful mental habits. Last but not least, when we connect singing and chanting with emotion, a whole new world opens up for us. When the often unruly, destructive, or even self-destructive emotions get a new creative outlet, and then we can harness this power of emotion so that it can help us evolve rather than being the victim of the various emotions that are often suppressed. And when they are suppressed, they are almost like demons that they need to suppress or firmly control. And this will allow us to experience the aliveness and the freshness of the present moment, which otherwise is very hard to grasp. So this, in a nutshell, is what the science of Nada Yoga is about, even when we don't take into consideration all the various esoteric applications, which you are free to explore in your own way. We are going to focus on the practical aspect, and you will have the experience of upliftment, more energy, relaxation, mental focus, and clarity if you just give yourself to these different practices. But enough talking. I'd like to do now one little practice with you. And we'll do this in our seminar also. So find a comfortable way to sit on the floor, using some padding under the buttocks so that the knees can come closer to the floor. Take a deep breath in and lift the chest up until you feel an opening under the rib cage so that the belly can go out, pulling the air into the lungs. The shoulders go up as you inhale. The lungs are stretching. And then exhale and keep the spine upright. Like this, we'll take a few more breaths. Deep breath in into the belly, into the chest, all the way up to the collarbones. And then as you exhale, let the shoulders drop, chest come back, and squeeze the belly at the end. Closing the eyes now if they open. Feel the air coming into the lungs, filling them completely. And then as you exhale, let go, exhaling all the air out. Do one more round like this. And then when you've exhaled, let the breath continue freely as it was before. Keep the eyes closed and become aware of the sensations between the throat and the belly button. It is in this area that we'll be focusing on the vibration of sound. The sounds that we'll produce are the three sounds that make up the mantra Om. Om is a combination of three sounds which are A, U, and First, we'll just sing the sound A. When you do that, open the mouth quite wide. The chin goes down towards the chest. And we'll do this 7 times all together. Take a deep breath in. Feel the vibrations of the sound present in the body, and from the whole trunk, shift the focus now to the throat, the collarbones, the area of the back of the mouth. Here, the vibration of the second sound, oo, will be felt the most, but if you feel it somewhere else, then direct your awareness there. Again, 7 times altogether. Keep the eyes closed. Focus on the sound, both that you hear and which you produce yourself. Keeping the eyes closed, take your awareness all the way into the center of the head, maintaining it here. We will now sing the sound which is the third component of mantra Om. Feel the vibration in the whole head 7 times altogether. Now take your awareness into the head, the center of the head, and it is here that we will experience the vibration of the third sound that comprises the mantra Om. Keep the teeth separated and the tip of the tongue resting against the upper row of teeth. 7 times altogether, breathing in deeply. Observe the vibrations of the sound in the whole body, from top of the head to the tips of the toes. We will now experience the movement of sound from A to U to Be aware of the whole body from the base to the top of the head, and let the awareness travel together with the changing vibration. keep the eyes closed for as long as you like, enjoying, observing the vibrations of the mantras, the gentle movement of breath, and whenever you feel the need to externalize, do so gradually, opening the eyes slowly when the time is right. Hari Om Tat Sat.